everyone, I'm Chris, co-founder of Poetry 52, and today I'm here with Emil von Schwartzenberg,
Hi.
the founder of EVS Media.
Yeah, thank you.
Emil, would you introduce yourself?
Of course. I'm Emil, I'm the founder of EVS Media, as he just said. And I started this whole thing around basically like a year ago. And before that, I basically dropped out of high school. I actually did that. And that was like a huge process, but I finally did it. So that's why I'm here today. I'm here in the EVS offices, which is really exciting for me to produce this content right here. So I'm excited for this interview actually, because I really like the topic of people influencing each other.
Cool, perfect. What made you drop out of high school?
Wow, that is like a huge topic for me, because that basically like was the biggest decision of my life up to this point. And for sure it was that I didn't like the way that school was structured. I didn't do good in school actually. Like I had the worst grades ever. And probably the reason for that is because I wasn't interested in this stuff that they were trying us to learn, because I just didn't care like about the maths, about chemics, about physics, just didn't care. And I was just seeing that it was just a fake environment for me, or in general, I felt like it was a fake environment, and that's why I said like, why do I have to do this over and over again in this fake environment? It's bringing me nothing. Yes, at the end of the day, I will graduate and I will get this sign where I can say, yeah, I was in school 12 years, but I just felt like when I finish that, I'm not gonna get anything other than this fucking paper. So I just had in my mind this idea of like, what if I would actually drop out of school? So first it was always just like this, I don't want to go to school, I hate school. And then it actually became like an actual thought of, could I actually drop out of school? Could I just like leave school and not graduate and stuff? And then I got inspired. That's like why we want to talk today about this by, I think the first person that inspired me was Kanye West for sure, to just think that you can basically do everything that you want to set your mind towards. So if you have an idea or like a dream, a vision, then you can actually achieve that, especially if someone else before achieved it. So I just looked at like, did people before drop out of school? Yeah, they did. And actually a bunch of successful, as you want to call them, people dropped out of school. So I said like, why couldn't I theoretically not drop out of school? And then like this thought that first was just like really hypothetical and just like, yeah, I don't want to go to school anymore, became like, how could I drop out of school? How could I tell people that it would actually make sense for me to drop out of school? Because if you just say, yeah, I want to leave school right now, everyone is going to laugh at you and like, yeah, what do you want to actually do if you drop out of school? So that was the point where I saw like, okay, I want to drop out of school, so what do I need to do in order to get that goal? What do I need to do in order to like have this vision of not going to school anymore, which really felt to me like a prison, like going there every day, doing stuff that I don't like, with teachers that I don't like, that are not helping me in any way, like reach my goal. Because back in the days, I come from a really creative standpoint.
Okay.
I wanted to become a photographer, then I wanted to be a director, but at the same time I wanted to film, I wanted to do the color grading, I wanted to edit, I wanted to do sound mixing, the music. I basically wanted to do everything. And then
so that's how EVS Media came to life, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. So I felt like, okay, I want to do basically everything, but you can't really do everything. Like, and then I looked again and like, could I do everything? And then I just looked at people like and saw there's reasons why there's like all these different roles and why there's only one person for only the electricity or like the lighting in the movie set, and most of the time there's even like 20 people for that. So then I found like, yeah, there's actual reasons why that exists, like that structure. And then I found out this opportunity basically of my interest of also social media, which was at a really early point, really an interesting topic to me, and not because of like the likes and the follows, and not even like the way that people engage with each other, but it was more interesting to me to see like that 50,000 view above like seeing like how everything works, like why people follow people, why do people have a lot of followers, like how does it impact their day-to-day life. And that interest combined with the interest of like a bunch of creative stuff, basically, if anyone ever asked me like, what do you want to do later, I was always just saying like, yeah, I want to do something creative. And I just thought to myself, I cannot say like I want to drop out of school to do something creative. Like that's not an actual plan that people could understand. So I just found out that I need to find something actual, something that I can do, something that I can apply. And then I basically came to this idea of creating EVS Media, which is like a social media agency. And in order to be successful on social media and like do something there, you need to be really creative and do a lot of things, a lot of jobs combined into one, especially in the beginning. And that's when I just saw the opportunity to see like an actual plan after dropping out of school. And then I basically like confronted my parents with it and took it off from there.
Wow, what a huge step for especially a person in that age. So you've talked about Kanye West, so let's go back to that issue.
Yeah.
You said he inspired you. What was the most inspiring thing about him?
So the way I basically discovered Kanye West was through this YouTube video, and back in the day I was like watching YouTube videos like on a 24/7 base. And what's actually funny, I didn't actually like Kanye West and his music. But then one day I watched this interview of him, like, I don't know, I don't remember like what it was, but he was basically like interviewed for a whole hour. And he basically like downloaded his complete mindset and his thoughts into this interview. And like the main takeaway I got from this interview was the way that he just implemented really this thought and basically like this paradigm into my mind of I can do everything that I want to do. If I want to be the mayor of this town, I'm going to be the mayor of this town. If I want to make $1 million, I'm gonna make $1 million if I do the actions required to reach that goal. So that was like the main thing, to realize that I have the ability to do basically everything because other people have already achieved it. And basically like the way that my parents or like my whole surroundings basically like always just told me, yeah, like this person is successful because they got money. This person is successful because they got these connections. But over like the time and like over this interview, I just realized that it's not about the money. Of course, like it influences that. Of course, like it's about the connections, of course, but it's not the only thing. And the next thing that I just asked myself, like, is it really about the money and the connections? And if it is, couldn't I just get the connections and the money? And that was like basically like this whole concept of thoughts started off from this one thought of like, I can basically do everything I want to do if I do the required actions to reach that goal.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would you say that Kanye West changed the way you founded EVS Media?
Yeah, obviously like not completely, but like in the way that I can become a successful social media agency. So in that way, he definitely influenced that. But at this stage, it's not like I know that Kanye West is responsible for this. It's basically like a thought that's implemented already into my mind because that was back in 2012 maybe. So that's like by now really ingrained into my mind. Yeah.
I think Emil also gave that impact to us because I think you've influenced Portrait 52 as well.
That's cool to hear.
Would you just talk a bit about what you did for us?
So basically, like I've gotten to know Elise, and she was talking to me about this project that she has going on. Like she was a little bit secretive about it, but then we just started talking, and I was just like, yeah, do you do any social media for it? And she was like, yeah. I'm not really like a native in this social media space. Like I feel like it's only for young people. And then we just kind of like got into this conversation, and I just really felt like the idea of like Portrait 52, like the way that this brand is structured from the really origin, is just really such a great idea. And I just felt like I want this idea to actually become like the vision to become reality. And then I just felt like yeah, I could help them achieve their goal in some type of way, like not entirely obviously, but like I could influence them in order to make this idea that I still believe that is really, really great become like massive, huge. So that was the way that I got in contact with Portrait 52, and I felt like I really wanted to help you guys.
So what do you think, how can you or EVS Media can inspire others?
So that's actually a really great question. So I want to dig deeper into that a little bit. So I think that not only EVS Media or myself can like inspire people in a great way, but really everybody can. With the internet in place, everybody has the ability to reach a lot of people and really bring them together as a community and really inspire other people, which is like one of the things that we as humans have like really deeply ingrained into our own psychology and into our heart also. So I think that I can inspire a lot of people with the internet in place to have it like really on a massive, like on a scaled space. And at the same time, I still believe that the way to inspire other people is in person. And that's why I'm also like so amazed by this idea of doing like portraits on a t-shirt that you actually wear, because that is in person. So you can have this brand living on the internet, but at the same time, we want to have like a real life example, because I feel like in this age, a lot of people live on the internet, and it's important that we like are not too binary and also look at like in-person conversations, in-person emotions, and the way in-person conversations where we talk about people that inspire us. And that's why I think like that this product is so great, because it gives us the ability to actually see this and then get inspired and like have like deep conversations about great things. So that's like the way I think about inspiring other people.
Thanks so much. Thanks for that deep conversation today. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to know more about Emil, just join his Instagram account, for example. You can find it linked down below. And of course, to see us next time, just hit the subscribe button over there, notification bell, and comment down below. Thanks so much.
Bye.